congratulations on God's Country Song. It's so fun to see you in theatrical.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. It's very interesting. It was a little different, but I embraced it and loved it. And yes, it was a blessing. I didn't know that it was going to be this intense. Mm-hmm. And the movie it's light because there's comedy in it, but there's also real situations. You go, ooh. So yeah, the movie's powerful. It's so powerful. It could have been 4 films in one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, talk about how you got involved with it, because you're right. I mean, it kind of marries your world of parenting and music and all these fun things.
I said the same thing. I was the 3rd call for Colt Young.
Okay.
Really, Johnny Remo? Really, Johnny Remo? I was the 3rd call. They had 2 other country stars they had called. And then he gives me the script, and I'm going through the lead sheets. I'm going, wait a minute. This isn't country music and loving Jesus? What? You should have called me first. It's everything. Mm-hmm. And then the other side of being a parent and letting it make my little ones here. Mm-hmm. So all the worlds intersected. It was perfect timing for me to just jump in and be a part of it. And the music in the film is awesome. Mm-hmm. The way it's shot, it's beautifully shot. Every scene could be a screensaver. I mean, the way they put it together, it's stunning. They did it right. So to be a part of this has just been awesome, and the process was beautiful.
Well, 15 original songs in the movie.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about lending your artistic talents to this film and sort of what that process was like.
Okay, so let me give an example. So the day that we did my scene, when I first meet Noah, I got up at 6. I was at the set at 7, recording the song. So they're like, okay, we're going to put the song in the movie today. You're going to sing it at 7 a.m. Cool. I do 4 or 5 takes. We send it here to Nashville. They mix it, master it, send it back at 10:15. Okay, sing the song you just learned for the movie. And speak, action. It was that quick.
Wow.
But everybody's a pro. Mm-hmm. So sound guy was right, music was right, song was done. It's like, okay, cool, let me just do what I do. And it was just done. And it's so cool to see people be what they are. And it's gifted. There were so many gifted people. You just had your eyes.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, one thing I love about you and your story, your platform, is you're so outspoken about your faith. Mm-hmm. How does your faith influence the projects that you decide to tackle?
My faith influences all the projects, because I think we have the Bible to answer to. I think we're going to stand before the Lord in judgment. Mm-hmm. I think we have to be accountable for what we put out. So I try to cut that off at the very beginning. Earlier I said there are certain songs that I know would be #1 hits, but I just don't agree with the content, so I'm not going to sing them.
I love that. Well, and you're a father, as you mentioned. Your
Absolutely.
precious little girl's here.
Yeah.
How did your own role as a parent, and a parent who loves the Lord and loves her children and wants to raise them to know and fear the Lord, how did that influence your character, the way you approach this character in this film?
My character was kind of like the big brother of Noah in those scenes of kind of a business mentor. I jumped into this project because I am a dad that's a believer, because I want more content like this on their phones. I want more content like this on our television. So what better way to get them to watch it than to have the daddy in it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talk a little bit more about that, because I think you made a really good point. Why do Christian parents need to come out and support films like this, watch more of this kind of stuff, promote this kind of stuff?
Christian parents need to support more films like this, because Hollywood follows the money.
Yeah.
No matter what. If we put our money in films like this, all of a sudden, they pivot and start writing it. All of a sudden, they pivot, and the music studios start putting out family-friendly content. When you start boycotting places that do trash content or don't agree or don't align with what we believe, they feel it. Mm-hmm. They feel it. So, why not?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Why not? You can say a lot by not going. You can say a lot by not swiping. You can say a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another theme in this movie is mentorship. It's fatherhood. Mm-hmm. What do you hope those who are watching this film, and maybe they don't have a father, maybe they are looking for a mentor, what do you hope they take away from this film? What encouragement do you hope they glean?
I think in this film, Noah and his dad, even though he did have a dad, there was a rub between the two of them. Mm-hmm. So he had to find what kind of parent he wanted to be. And he had to upgrade himself to loving his son and being there for his boy. I think whether you have a dad or not, you choose whether or not you want to be a good parent. My dad, his mother passed away having him. His dad did not want him. Literally walked away in the hospital. So he was left. The grandmother that I know, my mama, a Creole woman, comes in, grabs my daddy, raises him. Well, that's who I knew. So my dad didn't know his daddy until later on. And so my dad was in his early 60s. I was studying French in college. We went to Eunice, Louisiana, and we ministered to my granddad that left my dad. We led him to Christ, and we bathed him. And we baptized him in rainwater that he usually bathes in. So they collect rainwater in the woods, and so instead of bathing, we ran the water into the tub and we baptized him. Same day. And so I was translating, so I was able to be there to watch my dad choose to minister to his daddy that left him. And then we ended up baptizing him where he bathed. It's really cool, all in the same day. So whether or not you have a dad or not, you can choose whether or not you're going to say, it's going to stop here. Not having a dad, leaving that gap in the home is going to stop with me. That's exactly what my dad did. So anybody that says, well, I didn't have a dad, I didn't have an example, go be one. Go be one. It's not an excuse anymore. I'm not saying life isn't hard, but if now you're a parent, be the example that you want.
So you have a personal, emotional connection to
100%.
the story.
100%. So when I watched, I was like, ooh. Because I don't know my dad's perspective. Because I've only known him as the Cajun veteran that's hard, farmer's tan, heavy-handed. But he was still a little boy that didn't have his parents. I can't imagine that kid and my dad. But I see it sometimes when he talks about it. But he became the dad he didn't have. So there's no excuses.
Yeah,
No
I love
more.
that. Now, another theme in this movie is God's sovereignty, right? You trusting in His plan when maybe our life doesn't look like we thought it would.
Right.
Have there been times in your life where you've had to sort of surrender to the Lord and say, okay, I don't know what you're doing,
Right.
but here's my life.
Yeah, I think we've all had those moments where you just go, okay, what is happening? what are we doing right now? And you just go, you know what? I'm good. Lord, I'm gonna let you handle it. And that's exactly what he wanted the whole time from the very beginning. So even in my life, as old as I am, I'm learning to take my hands off. Because, and let the master do it and see what happens. Yeah.
Well, Coffey, you're awesome. I love to see your star rise. It's
Oh, I
been
appreciate
so
it.
fun over the years.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
Okay.